Okay, will you guys wave at the camera for me? I've got my family and my husband on here.
Good evening, everyone. Imagine a crime scene with no witnesses, no fingerprints, and no immediate clues. How do investigators determine who the offender might be? Today, I will explore the fascinating world of criminal profiling and how it helps law enforcement solve crimes by analyzing human behavior or psychological patterns. We'll look at the history of profiling, how it works, and its benefits and limitations. Criminal profiling may sound like something from a TV show like Criminal Minds, but it is a real scientific tool that law enforcement uses. The ability to create a psychological portrait of an offender can guide investigators, narrow down a suspect list, and even predict future behavior. This process shows how psychology and detective work intersect to bring criminals to justice. So, what exactly is criminal profiling? Also called behavioral or psychological profiling, it is the process of analyzing a crime scene and evidence to identify likely characteristics of the offender. Profilers look for patterns in behavior, motivations, and habits. It is important to note that profiling does not directly identify a suspect. It merely provides investigators with leads and insights that help make informed decisions. So profiling has a long history. One of the earliest known examples dates back to the 1880s, where Dr. Thomas Bond attempted to profile the infamous Jack the Ripper. Fast forward to the 1970s. The FBI established the Behavioral Science Unit, where agents like John Douglas and Robert Ressler formalized profiling methods. Today, the National Center for the Analysis of Violent Crime trains investigators using advanced databases and research-driven techniques. Profiling follows a structured process. First, investigators analyze the crime scene, examining evidence, location, and nature of the crime. Next, they identify behavioral patterns such as organized or disorganized tendencies. Then, they develop a suspect profile that might include age, habits, and psychological traits. Finally, their profile guides the investigation, helping law enforcement prioritize leads and link related crimes. For example, profiling was instrumental in tracking the BTK killer who evaded capture for decades. Criminal profiling offers several key benefits. It provides insight into offenders' motivation, narrows a suspect list, and can predict possible future actions. While profiling does not solve a case by itself, it is a critical tool for law enforcement that combines psychology and investigative experience. Despite its advantages, profiling has limitations. It can be subjective, and errors may occur if investigators overgeneralize patterns. Profiling does not directly identify a criminal. It only provides guidance. Ethical considerations are also important. Investigators must focus on behavior-based evidence and avoid bias related to race, culture, or background. A practical example is the BTK killer. Profilers identify patterns in his crimes that help law enforcement narrow their search and understand his behavior. While profiling did not directly lead to his arrest, it supported investigative strategies that eventually brought him to justice. In conclusion, criminal profiling is a powerful tool that merges psychology and detective work. It helps investigators understand criminal behavior, prioritize leads, and prevent future crimes. While it has limitations, profiling remains essential in modern law. The next time you watch a crime drama, remember that real profilers rely on science, training, and careful observation, and not guesswork. Thank you.